Hi, everyone. Welcome to another EFT tapping clinic here at Spiritual Workout. My name is Sam. You guys all know me. I am the co-host and technical support for Spiritual Workout. And let's check who is here today. So we got Alta, Karen Keller, and Steven. Well, hi, you guys. As you know, there are three ways to interact here in this clinic. There is the chat. We always encourage everyone to say hi and introduce yourselves. That way everyone can see who's here. There's also the Q&A feature that lets you ask any questions to Steven that you don't necessarily want to come up for. And finally, there is the raise hand feature that just signals to us that you would like to come up. And well, talk and tap, whatever it is you want to talk and tap about. So with that said, Steven, let's bring you on for our warm up.
Hi,
Hey, Steven.
happy Tapping Tuesday, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you, Sam. Hi, how are you? Hey, I think we missed the forum link last night.
The form link. Okay.
Is there a way to backdate it? Can you backdate it?
Yeah, I
Okay,
can set that up.
cool. Thank you for that. All right, hi, Alta. Wait, who's here? Let's see. Alta and Gina and Karen, good to see you guys. And yeah, let's just rock and roll, get into our warm up, and then, as Sam said, we'll talk and tap about what you want to talk and tap about. Alta wants to come up. Good to know. Thank you very much. And let's do our warm up first. So the warm up is the faster method: eyebrow, sides of the eyes, under the eyes, collarbone. Grasp our wrist one way or another. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold for a few moments. Exhale through the mouth the whole time we're still on the wrist. At the end of that, we invoke peace, and we'll just go for 3, 4 minutes or so. Uh, and the best use of this approach for tapping is to aim it at something you are eager to let go of. You guys know that that's how this is designed. So letting go of a bad mood, letting go of a belief that we've been endeavoring to let go of, letting go of physical pain or something like that. It could be anything at all. So I invite you now to aim this tapping session at whatever you are wanting to let go of. Remember to uncross your legs, feet, and ankles, and take note of how you're feeling right now. We'll tap for a few minutes, like we said, and then we'll come back, see how you feel after that, and then we will rock and roll. I'm looking down here just for my timer. I'm going to set it for 4 minutes. Eyebrow point. We'll call and respond. Sam will lead you in the response. And ready, set, go. Eyebrow point. We'll let it go.
Let it go.
Sides of the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Under the eye. Let it go.
Let it go.
Collarbone. Whatever it is,
Wherever it is,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
it's safe to let it go now.
it's safe to let it go now.
Let it go now.
Let it go now.
Deep breath and wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Eyebrow. Let it go.
Let it go.
Sides of the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Under the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Collarbone. Whatever it is,
Whatever it is,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
it's safe to let it go now.
it's safe to let it go now.
Let it go now.
Let it go now.
Deep breath and wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Eyebrow. Let it go.
Let it go.
Sides of the eyes, let it go.
Let it go.
Under the eyes, let it go.
Let it go.
Collarbone, whatever it is,
Whatever it is,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
it's safe to let it go now.
it's safe to let it go now.
Let it go now.
Let it go now.
Good. Deep breath and wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Eyebrow. Let it go.
Let it go.
Sides of the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Under the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Collarbone. Whatever it is,
Whatever it is,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
it's safe to let it go now.
safe to let it go now.
Let it go now.
Let it go now.
Deep breath and wrist. Peace.
Peace.
One more time, eyebrow. Let it go.
Let it go.
Sides of the eyes. Let it go.
Let it go.
Under the eyes.
Let it go.
Let it go. Collarbone. Whatever it is,
Whatever it is,
wherever it came from,
wherever it came from,
it's safe to let it go now.
it's safe to let it go now.
Let it go now.
Let it go now.
Deep breath and wrist. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So, how was that for anyone and everyone? Comments, questions? Jill has joined the group. Hey, Jill, nice to see you. It looks like
Yeah.
all you guys were here last night, I think. Thank you for attending our town hall.
Mhm.
And yeah, so let's get Alta up here. Any comments from you,
Yeah.
Sam?
Not for right now, but that was great as always.
Last night, you mean? Or the tapping?
The tapping, I meant, but also last night.
All right. And we'll get Alta up here and see what she wants to talk about. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Sam. Hi, Jill. It's good to have you in
Yeah,
the session too, and Gina and whoever else is here, and Stephen, of course. Um,
little me.
so it's been quite a month, and there's a couple things I just need to give some background on, and then we can move into some tapping.
Okay.
Um, so August, my birthday month,
Mm-hmm.
Virgo Leo, right on the cusp. And this year I was 80 years old. I wasn't always sure I would make it to 80 with my health challenges the last couple of years. But I had a great birthday. It was just wonderful. Could not have been better. I had been wanting to do some traveling and had a trip to the big island of Hawaii to be there for the volcano erupting. And that we chose not to go because I was I was not feeling it physically.
Mm-hmm.
And what fun is it to travel with somebody and be ill? And what fun is it for me to be weak with my heart things so that I didn't even know if I could carry my own bag. And I know you can hire people for that, but it didn't sound fun. So postponing was better. So I had a great birthday. One of my intentions was I've been almost 6 months without a dog. And I thought I probably should choose not to have a dog just because the walking and I didn't have the physical strength. we worked on an intention, Stephen, that was really helpful about accepting the level of heart strength that I had, and that I would have enough strength and robust health to do the things that I want to do. And I wasn't sure quite what that meant, but it's happened really quickly. And my heart in August, 2 weeks ago, decided after 2 years of being in AFib that it would stop doing its and it would start pumping normally. There's some medication involved in that too, but there will be a procedure that hopefully will help that. So I'm experiencing life feeling like the normal Alta. The energy has changed, and I took a good walk this morning, and I can do some inclines and not get out of breath. So that's been good, and I did adopt a little dog. I kept going down to Living Free to visit this little dog, and I thought, well, he'll certainly find a home after a month and a half. Well, he
And
hadn't.
he did.
Yeah, so I brought him home and am working with him. And what else has happened? Oh, I have these various intentions, to travel and get the dog and all of that. And what the overarching thing that it comes back to is the original intention that I wrote, which was about vibrant physical health. And it seemed everything gets directed back to that, or keeps moving. The energy moves in that area where I spend quite a bit of time on my healing challenges, whether that's Western medicine, Eastern medicine, working with various people. So, and I thought, well, God, I sure kind of prefer it to be a little different, but it isn't. It just isn't. So do what's in front of me, grow where I'm planted. And I have my preferences, but I'm back to, healing challenges and driving down to the desert usually at least once or twice a week for various things. Certainly not a waste of time. And with the heart, my tapping had been, my intention when I tap is strong heart, calm heart, heart in proper rhythm, which is exactly what's happening. So one of the things that I'm working on now, again, and my house, getting the house in order, partly so it's comfortable for me after 2 years. It's a new house, it needed some work, and getting it done as I can afford it. So that pleases me, but it's also a place for me to heal. I don't fill it with
Your
a
home
lot of
itself.
people, my own home. And it's really a home with a dog in it, which is pretty wonderful. So it seems like the intentions are all connected. And my joy comes from, here I am thinking I'm taking care of my health. Yes, I'm doing that on the surface. But underneath, there's this house, dog, all the things that bring me joy. It circles back to my health and being mindful. So anyway, I've been having, because I take blood thinners, my blood, it keeps one from having a stroke, okay, with the heart. So your blood is sort of like water. Water's not bad, but it leaks. I'm not bleeding through my skin, but I bruise very easily. And I can just touch something, like bang up against the wall lightly, and I have a bruise. And I say they're unsightly. I've looked at older people who are covered with these blue purple bruises and gone, thank God that's not me. I hope that's never me. Well, it's me. And I've been resisting what's happening to my skin. And it's paper thin, and I've got a couple of injuries, health challenges I'm working on healing with Native American healing uh, it, substances, meta honey with honey rather than
Mhm.
antibiotics. And so that's where I am. And I guess this tapping has to do with rather than resisting what's happened to my skin and that I think that I'm embarrassed by it, that I believe it's ugly, I'm vain enough, and a person at 80 can still be pretty vain, that I want to look good, right? I've always
Mhm.
felt, that I cared about how I look. And I'm also pretty allergic to the sun, so I have a lot of sun damage. So I wear sleeves and to cover up because I can easily break out with a rash, and that's
Mhm.
itchy. So it's this thing with my skin, and then getting the doggy, who's a tough little terrier, and she's strong. He is strong. He is strong, the boy dog. Um, and the other day we were walking down the stairs, and he's not very mannerly yet. He's getting much better. But just going down the stairs, I'm used to kind of forging ahead, right? Moving quickly,
Mhm.
doing things quickly. My body, I could always depend on it. And these days, if I do that, I'm likely to cause myself uh, a wound. And that's what happened on my hand. The dog, Linus, did not mean to bite me, but my hand went up into his tooth, and I just watched the skin peel back like tissue paper.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, you know, but something shifted. And with the tapping, uh, my energy changed so that uh, using spiritual workout to help me heal and help me accept what's happening and that there are some things I can do because when I'm resisting, my it doesn't work up here. The ideas don't come, the inspiration, the intuitiveness, it doesn't
Mhm.
come. And when I tap and relax about it and have an intention that's positive, then the ideas come and to be mindful
Mhm.
in the present so that I take my time going down the stairs because if he charges and pulls me, then I hit my hand, I hit my arm. I mean, I'm not going to die from it, but it's not in my best interest. It's not in my intention of healing.
Mhm.
So what I've been working on, and I always come to you for language because you're gifted, I think there, is that I'm grateful for my skin. Be that as it may, what it is, I'm grateful for it because it protects me. This bag, it's the only one I'm going to get. It protects me. It's strong. I'd like it to be. May
Mhm.
not be today. Um, and it heals well. So just the change in attitude about my skin and how I think about it instead of saying, "Well, I can't think about it. It's awful. It won't ever get any better."
Right.
Yeah.
That
Anyway,
that
that.
right there, what Alta just said is really so critical and such an everyday normal part of our practice when we think and talk in terms of what we're wanting. That's what we're always saying. And this is a critical example of, wow, whatever's happening, and I'm bruising very easily, and my skin's just falling apart, and da da da. It's very easy to slip into all manner of negative thinking, negative
Ain't it
things
awful?
happening. Ain't it awful? And what's going to be, if it's awful today, it's going to be more awful tomorrow. And then it's over. And all these ways of thinking that are not unnatural or inappropriate in and of themselves. But with regard to our practice, that's the exact opposite of what we want to be doing. So I just want to
Yeah.
underscore for you, Alta, that willingness and ability to just shift it around in the moment. So this practice is about most everybody that we know and experience in the course of our daily lives are focused so intently on what is, not in the be present way, but in the complainy way. Like, oh, ain't this awful? Ain't this terrible? This sucks. This is, and everybody just stays there and let's order another round of drinks and keep talking about how awful and terrible everything is, when in fact we know that's a trap. And so I just want to call out what Alta just said. It's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and think about all the negative things. There's enough evidence of the negative things. So given that, I'm going to think of my skin in terms of how it protects me. I'm going to think of my skin in terms of how strong it is and how well it heals. And the actions I'm taking to go along with that are, whatever I'm doing. I found a, a healing protocol and I'm
Mhm.
doing that right. And so that action fits right into the intention. And for me, this is a perfect example of bringing the practice into the nitty gritty of everyday life. What we're talking about is no different, but this is just an excellent example that Alta's giving us about putting it into practice, if you ask me.
Yeah, because once I know better, it kind of ruins my um, complaining and my whining, because now I have tools that come immediately to the fore. Like, why don't you tap on that? Well, then there's that other voice that says, oh, I don't want to. I'm too tired. It's like, no, no, this is too important. So, yeah. So you think my words are okay? The protection, strength, healing.
Well, how did they feel to you when you are uttering them?
Well, it's like I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my skin. I feel
Mhm,
grateful that it protects me.
mhm,
Grateful that I'm protected. It's strong. My skin is strong. It heals. It heals well.
mhm.
Um,
It heals well even when it's challenged,
even
you
when
know?
it's challenged.
Because the what's happening in the skin is a byproduct of what's happening somewhere else in the body. We know it's all one body and all connected, and right? But it's like, okay, if we treat this thing, it's going to maybe have a negative impact over here. So you're basically acknowledging that and bucking up the skin, as it were, which, yeah, I mean, I that all sounds good to me. This feels like one, Alta, where, you know, it heals well. I love my
Mm,
skin. It's protecting me. Like that you can keep adding to that probably in terms of,
mhm.
other things and just, but yeah, that's exactly how I would be doing it.
And I think of letting go, occasionally the letting go tapping with, gosh, my skin looks awful today. Oh, I just bumped into the dishwasher door. Oh God, I know there's going to be an ugly bruise. I mean, it's right there. I've
Mm,
never been so um, aware of something and the consequences. And so knowing a few tools, being mindful, slowing down,
mhm.
uh, taking more care and not rushing into things,
Yeah.
putting the dog in the car, like just take a moment here and don't be bumping
Mhm.
things, because it no longer at 80, it doesn't work like it did at 30 and 40. I mean, my skin was okay.
Mhm.
Well, now it's much more sensitive, and there are things I can do, but not if I'm in resistance.
Exactly. So the other thing, the tapping that you're talking about, I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
You want to keep tabs on the resistance though, and I really appreciate that you notice when you're in it. That's where I would go to the more general and just say any and all resistance that I have to what's going on today, to what's going on right now in my body, with my body, any and all resistance that I'm aware of, and especially that I'm not aware of. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
Because the resistance thing is can be insidious, you know. There can be a lot more to it than what we're consciously aware of. You can say that about a lot of things, but resistance is one of those things that we all have in us, that gets activated within us in all kinds of ways for all kinds of reasons. And like I say, it just tends to be an energy that is often more pervasive than we realize, which is why I really like the very general letting it go, because that gets into those nooks and crannies.
Well, because I don't always know what you're saying is there's a bigger picture. All right, so I may be resisting the skin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't like it. I don't prefer it.
Right.
However, it's also there's a resistance to the aging, the fear of dying, the what it looks like and what people might think. You know, I had a friend, because I have these coverings
Mm-hmm.
to keep the cream on that I'm using, the honey.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, "Oh, so you tried suicide, huh? You slit your wrist?" I was just like, no. They didn't know what to say. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
What a Anyway.
And even if that's really what they thought, that's how they're going to bring that up.
Yeah, but there is that thing of what this has to do with my heart and a
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
It's much bigger. It's deeper. It's deeper.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Which is where the general letting go would, I think, be really helpful.
Yeah.
when you catch yourself in that spot.
That I don't resist the aging process. Can't stop it. Um,
Good
but,
plan.
but I do have tools, and
Yes.
that intuition comes in when I'm able to relax and
Exactly. We want to listen to inspiration, but we have to be quiet enough to be able to hear it.
not fill my day with da 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 all that stuff and running around,
Right.
bruising myself in the world.
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
Oh, this was very helpful, Stephen.
Well, thank you for reporting in on all of that. That's what this clinic is all about. And sounds to me like you got it down.
Well, my heart, after 2 years, not to have a heart that's makes me feel not well, it's a wonderful relief. Don't know how long it will last, but I'm enjoying
It's the case right
every
now.
bit. It's here today.
And your intention is
To keep doing the things I want to do, that I have strength, robust and vibrant health. It keeps coming back. It keeps being the overart. It's the umbrella. It's the
yeah,
thing that came first. That
right.
first day with spiritual workout a couple of years ago. It's the one, and the
Well, good.
rest
And
are
then
kind of little raindrops coming down from that big one.
fantastic. And that's why, I'm always searching for and tuning into what seems in the moment to be either the deepest root, the most overarching, that kind of stuff. So that's always nice to hear.
Yeah.
Another thing to add into this before you go is some tapping in of the the juicy
Yeah,
goodness.
celebrate. More,
It's
please.
like, wow, I'm
Wow.
doing the things I want to do. I
Yeah,
got a new puppy and I'm taking
yeah,
care of him and
yeah.
training him and walking with
What's
him.
happening? My house, and
Yeah,
I'm
I've
comfortable.
got I'm all the things into my house. My heart. I was just at the cardiologist last week. I'm in a different place than I've been, and more help is on the way with the next
Yeah.
procedure. And
Right.
I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I want to do.
Doing what I
doing
want to
what I
do.
want to do. That kind of magnification would be really helpful.
Oh, yes. I tend to let that be last. My cardiologist, young woman who I waited for many months to get an appointment with her, uh, she's done some procedures to try to get my heart in rhythm. And it's a tricky thing. It's an art and a science. Anyway, the joy on her face when she walked in and said, "You're not an AFib," and I said, "I know." I said, "And I don't think I have been for a couple of weeks." And she said, "How does that feel? How does that feel?" And it was like, my God, in a healthy heart, we don't feel it.
Right.
And it's just happening like our breath.
Yeah.
And I haven't been there. It's just always right there. And now my body could be 20 years old. It feels so good.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's a
All right.
lot of juicy
Yeah.
goodness to tap in.
Take me away, Sam.
All right.
Let's give
Thank you,
somebody else
Alta,
a
very,
chance.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I needed that time.
It's nice to see you. And thanks for all that. Excuse me, you guys. I just got a little tickle here.
Thank you, Alta.
All right, Alta, we'll see you next time. Looks like Bob has joined. Somebody else, I think Erin was here, and now she's gone again.
Oh, good.
Anyway, so Bob or Jill or Gina, you guys have anything that you want to talk about tapping wise here on a Tapping Tuesday in Spiritual Workout World? Anybody?
Anyone would like to, just let us know, and either in the chat, come on up.
Or to
Anything
talk.
and everything.
Yeah. No?
No.
Sam, you got a couple links for us?
Let me see.
In case we wind up leaving. So yeah.
I'm gonna need a
So
couple minutes to set them up. I usually set them up towards the end.
okay. And also thanks again, Les, for attending the town hall last night. There will be a follow-up email just articulating everything. But if you have any comments or questions about that, happy to hear them. Jill says, I have doubt, but if no one wants to tap, I have a query. Okay, sure, please. Yeah. Do you want to just talk on the mic? Or do you want to type it in, Jill?
I mean, I'll give you the God mic and you can turn on your.
Let's give Jill the God mic and go from there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jill. You're muted.
I'm
There
not
she
sure.
comes.
Okay, here she is.
I'm gonna put my headphones in because Dow's in the background. Maybe that.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sam.
Okay, it's
Hi.
kind of related. Hi, good to see you.
Good to hear you. Thank you.
Yeah. So something that's been coming up for me is the concept of amplifying, magnifying.
Mm-hmm.
What would we call them? Would we call them wins?
Juicy
Or
goodness, anything that's happening that's good that we want more of.
right. And so what I've been thinking about is that there's an element of gratitude that plays a role in that. And I'm just grappling with like, how does this all fit together? And, you know, when I work with my clients, a lot of them aren't acknowledging the successes they have because they're moving directly into what's next.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and so so I've been talking to them about the value of stopping and recognizing, acknowledging, and claiming the good things that have happened, the things that they have achieved, what is working, for example, those
Mhm,
types of things, which
mhm.
you could, I guess, say, all that's the juicy goodness. Um, and yeah, I've just been trying to, I guess I also am trying to explain or even just to understand for myself, how does that work with the universal laws? The magnifying, amplifying. Well, so I guess question
Well,
number one is, do you see a connection to gratitude? And then number two, um, how is it working that by us magnifying and amplifying the juicy goodness, how is that affecting the, we're saying you do that and you'll get more of what you want.
mhm.
How is that happening?
Okay. Um, if you ask me, the act of becoming more intentional, which is what we're doing in general,
Mm,
puts us in constant dialogue with the universe, right? If we're setting an intention, if we are, I've heard some phrasing of that as something like put in your order list kind of a thing. So we're stating a desire, we're stating an intention in the mechanical way that we do it. So to whom or what are we stating that? If you ask me, it's to source, it's to all that is, it's to God, it's to the universe, it's to whoever, whatever. But the fact is, it's not just us doing what we're doing. So as soon as we start to get into the rhythm and flow of setting shiny, clear intentions, noticing anything that shows up along the way between setting the intention and full manifestation of it, uh, would naturally engender a quality and opportunities for gratitude, because it's thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Essentially, the intention, even though we don't tend to put it in that language, is thank you for this thing that I'm wanting that's actually already done somewhere. It already exists. So the appreciation, the gratitude, to me, gets baked into the ongoing dialogue. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm. It's great. Keep
And
going.
then, so that I think can hits the gratitude piece. Now, in terms of the magnification and what are we doing and why are we doing it? You mentioned part of it, which is, the law of attraction is always on. So if I can be in a good feeling place for 68 seconds or more, I start to attract more of those good feelings and energy to myself. So the magnification that we uh, choose to employ is part of our intention setting process that we engage, so that we create more of this thing that we're wanting. Wow, I'm just noticing I'm in a good mood for no good reason. I want to be in more good mood, so I'm going to see how long I can keep this going. When we throw in the tapping to the whole thing, that's where things start to get really interesting and exciting, because that part, Jill, is about really creating within our, not just our psyches, but our physicalities into our systems, new defaults, new inner infrastructure. I used to always default to avoidance. I used to always default to some low level depression. I used to always default to um, some sense of guilt or shame, whatever the things are, whatever we've developed along the way that we have come to believe is who and how we are, is only who and how we are until we decide to change it. So when we go about the business of being intentional about making changes, when we make hay of anything that shows up along the way, that's really, really helpful. And then when we tap that in, wow, this is a new feeling. This is exciting. It's not even so new, but it's what I really want. I want more and more of this, more and more of this. This is who I truly am. This is what I really like. Then we are advancing to that place, literally, of creating that new default such that one day we wake up and we realize, wow, I don't really default to that depressive place anymore. I don't default to guilt and shame. I default to this new thing. And I don't even have to think about it because it has taken hold. And it's the tapping, if you ask me, and from my experience, that really helps the new defaults, the new inner infrastructure to take hold in our systems. And that that makes us entirely new. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So would you agree that the tapping that creates the new defaults and new infrastructures is that the tapping um, taking is moving things into the unconscious, or
Yes, into
or
the
would you call it,
subconscious and
yeah, and would you call that embodiment?
yes,
Okay,
yes. Because let's remember, before we have any of this conversation, we've already embodied and created other defaults.
right.
If they
Which
serve
those are the
us,
ones
great.
we're fighting against, the ones that we want to counteract or
Or
take those
eliminate
out of
and
our default. Yeah, yeah.
yes, and
Okay.
transmute and transform them. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anybody really be able to do that without the tapping.
Right.
But it's, you know, it's that process of going from day one, what do I want, to at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the spectrum where it's like I'm feeling and acting like it's here even though it's not here. So along that process, we is
Mm-hmm.
where that embodiment comes in. The intention setting process is about embodiment. It's like, okay, now I've written it out, it's clear on paper, now I got to get it into my body.
Mm-hmm. So, um, it's kind of all begins with setting our intentions or being intentional. I like the way you rephrase that, which really comes down to just getting clear about what we want and putting that signal out by
And
creating the
staying aligned
intention.
with it.
and
Exactly.
and and that happens up here. You can't see, I'm pointing to my head. Yeah. So it starts there, and then
Yes.
we start to notice anything that shows up in the direction of that which we're wanting,
Hmm.
and then we do the amplification and magnification
Hmm.
um, in a way to um, accelerate or get more of what we want. Uh, that process.
Because to me, that's just what a person would do when they remember that the law of attraction is always on.
Mm. That's the
So,
underlying piece there.
yeah, so much of our daily lives, as we were talking about earlier, are just we're conditioned to the negative. We're conditioned to seeing and focusing on what we don't want till we come to something like this where we really do the opposite. And so that focusing on what we don't want when we start this process means that we've already created a default of some sort that aligns with what we don't want. So that process of embodying a new intention is exactly that, to create that new default, and tapping just turbocharges that whole idea. The other thing inside here, so when we notice that, wow, you know, my intention is for $1 million and here's $1 I just found. So if I'm really being intentional, you know, I'm going to make a big deal out of that. Wow, I didn't have to do anything, and I'm closer to my intention than I was a second ago. I'm richer than I was a second ago. Money is easy, it just shows up. Money is easy, it just shows up. This is a real experience. I don't even have to fake it. This is my new normal, right? So there's that opportunity to just keep that embodiment going, but also to the point that we started with, if you ask me, it's also the point at which we start to really uh, appreciate that we're not doing this alone. We are in a co-creative process. I walk by this place all the time. What made me look down and see that bill? Maybe there's a little more to it than that. So then I pick it up and I don't only just magnify everything that I just said, but I'm also communicating more, two-way communication, developing more and more, honing the skill of two-way communication with non-physical, and engaging that whole component, our co-creative partner, in the process of creating everything and anything that we're ever intending to create on purpose. We're not doing it alone. So that's another piece of this whole thing that is worthy of the magnification, if you will.
Okay.
Well, you ponder that. Alta says, I forget to stop and celebrate and accept the love of the universe has for me. When I'm grateful, I get more of it. Exactly. More space for more love and light.
Wow. Well, I love the thought that as we are all more intentional, that puts us in direct communication with universe
With
source.
source, yeah, absolutely.
And then
And
I
that's,
love this piece about that, just recognizing the winds, or anything in the direction of what we want triggers appreciation just kind of naturally, I guess, right?
it it should, especially when, like we do in spiritual workout world, we are reminding ourselves of that anyway with the concept itself. But there's something interesting you said before that you might want to, I don't know, explore. So we've been talking one way or another about, you know, habitually in our culture, we're not so good at this magnifying stuff. We're not so good at acknowledging the wins as they come. So I'd be curious, no surprise, with somebody in that place, if they've got some belief or set of beliefs about, well, you know, the people who tend to not stop and smell the roses tend to not grok what we're talking about in terms of the value of taking the time to magnify and such, are people who might just be so steeped in an old belief system where that sounds airy-fairy and ridiculous, when in fact you're supposed to just keep going, get the goal, make it happen, do the doings, keep going. Don't, you know what I mean? So somebody with that orientation probably is not going to appreciate or understand too much of this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs building businesses, not all
Hmm.
of them, but some of them. Some of them already have established businesses, but I think they definitely are conditioned to the hustle and grind, old
Yes,
consciousness way of being, um, and whatever belief systems are embedded in that.
right.
I will, as a caveat, I will say that the people in the that I end up working with, both privately and within my consulting position,
Hmm.
they are way more apt to adopt this type of thinking. They're open minded to it
Good.
because our organization has this component.
Hmm.
Um, and with all that said, for me as their coach, I think that there is, in order to help them really break from the collective consciousness and the hustle and grind. That's what I'm reaching for right now in this
Mm.
question is how can I support them even further? And one of the places that I see an opportunity is around this amplification, celebration, gratitude, magnification piece. And so
Hmm.
I'm just my question is around how can I explain this to them to have them understand how it works, how important it is, how what a great resource it is, um, because they are people that want to break from the hustle and grind. They want to create from in the new way,
Oh, good.
um, and I guess part of my job, in addition to coaching, is teaching some teaching points, right? And so
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I was reaching for because I do talk about it, but I feel like I kind of just go go around in circles sort of. I'm like, yeah, you do it because it helps you get more, but I don't really have the underpinnings to explain how it works. And maybe I wouldn't even share all those with them, but I want to just understand them for myself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's kind
Is
of
this
where I'm at.
helpful at all? Because
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not a great explainer of those things, I don't think. I'm the guy who's like, it works, just trust me.
right, right, right.
But
And to be honest, they're not asking me. They
I
have
get
full
it.
trust in me, so they do
Yeah,
whatever I say,
right.
basically.
Well, it really is law of
Um,
attraction, Jill. I mean, it really is that. It's like if the law of attraction is always on, if we are always getting more and more of what we think about and more of what we're feeling, and we've already gone through the effort to find our way to something like spiritual workout, where we now have a process of going through all that, then why not in the midst of that, as the winds start to show up, where we're no longer having to tap for 3 hours to realign with an intention, because the intention is really starting to manifest itself. Things are showing up, blades of grass are shooting through the concrete, then why not? The blade of grass comes through the concrete. You don't just smash it and step on it and walk away. You're like, oh my God, grass is growing through the concrete. Let's make sure get this piece of dirt away and make sure the sun can hit it. And maybe it needs a little water, or just a little salute, something, right? That's what we're talking about. That's the magnification. And for me, that just stems from that one concept, that one universal law of attraction. We just
mhm,
get more and more of what we think and talk about. So
mhm,
again, we've already gone through so much effort. Now the effort is starting to pay off, and we're just going to make hay of that, because law of attraction will then make sure that we get even more of it. And if we throw this in while we're doing it, then we're really, really anchoring it, embodying it, in a way that ultimately changes our entire trajectory as a human being living a life. If we're defaulted to melancholy, if we're defaulted to sadness, if we're defaulted to loneliness, if we're defaulted to these well-practiced, familiar, if not slightly uncomfortable ways of being comfortably uncomfortable, then we can default to anything that we want to default. We can remake ourselves, renew ourselves, and really and truly create for ourselves futures that are full of what we want and devoid of what we don't want. That's what it's all about.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's really, it's an interesting inquiry, and it's super powerful, I think.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you're out there helping other people to do what lights them up in the world and feel good about it and bring their gifts.
Yeah. One thing I really appreciate about my organization is that before the very first thing we do with all of them
Mm-hmm.
is we have them kind of rest into or figure out what is their, we call it their spiritual vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, why do they think they're here? What do they think they're meant to be doing? What's the kind of their calling? And then that becomes the foundation of the business that they build. And I appreciate that. I mean, that's part of why I'm with
Yeah, me
them,
too.
because they're all people that want to contribute and have the world be, a better place, or to end
Mm-hmm.
suffering, or to help people feel better, or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it just makes my work feel more aligned, because
Yeah,
I I love that I'm not just helping them with their businesses. I'm helping them render. That's what my mentor calls it. Render their spiritual vision into,
yeah,
if they want it to be rendered through a business. Sometimes they have,
right,
less often, but sometimes they have like a spiritual vision that is being rendered separately, but obviously having a business allows them to be able to do something philanthropic, or have some other project where they're getting to act out their spiritual vision. So I just
right.
really appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
really cool.
yeah, so
And I
thank you
always
so
say it's
much.
spiritual workout or something else. I don't care where anybody gets it, just get it. So they can get
Yeah,
it.
it's the same stuff.
Yeah,
It's really the same stuff. And since spiritual workout is such a big part of how I operate in the world, it comes through in my coaching, not maybe specifically, but certainly the
yeah.
elements. And
Well, that makes me smile big. That's the whole point. So really good.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So
Hope
thank
this
you.
was helpful.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're welcome. All right. Also, we'll see you next time, Joe. Bye, Dada.
Yeah.
Uh, Alta also says, I make it so complicated, and simply put, I want to feel good rather than crappy. Thank you, Alta. That's very well said. I quite agree. I think you guys know I'm always, I don't know if I'm being accused or if I wind up accusing myself of oversimplifying, but it's not overly simplified. It's just simple. It already is simple. Anyway. All right, Sam.
All right. So on with the links. And the first one is going to be for yesterday's drop-in clinic, just to
Okay.
continue that conversation. And the one I'm about to send right now is for today's um EFT tapping clinic. And then the recordings are going to be there at
Yeah,
some
I'll
point
get
tonight.
those recordings in sometime later this afternoon. They're
Mhm,
not ready immediately. That's why there's always a gap, and you never know
mhm,
what else is going to fill that gap. Anyway,
mhm.
and when a Sam's project is, a more permanent place for our prodigious video archive. So thank you again, Sam, for that. Thank you guys. Thank Alta, Gina, and Jill for being here still. And thanks to both Alta and Jill for your questions and comments today. Much appreciated as always. We will be back tomorrow for our intention setting clinic on What Do You Want Wednesday. So until tomorrow or next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.
Thanks.